Gramps, what are you doing?
Hey, Cullen, you're back again.
Yeah.
Guess what? We have one last job to do with the magic telescope.
Okay.
And that is to look for strange things in space. You think you can help me do that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I've got to do another show.
Okay.
So you do that, and I'll go do my show.
Okay.
Along with the ground-based telescopes, there is the Hubble Space Telescope that was launched in 1990 and is still taking amazing photos today. There are radio telescopes that are used to look for non-visible radiation, like radio waves, coming from stars, galaxies, black holes, and other space objects, even extraterrestrial life. This one shows the one in Green Bank, West Virginia. It's the largest movable radio telescope in the world. Getting really big, this is called the Fast Radio Telescope in China. It's just over 1,600 feet in diameter. It is an amazing radio telescope. We'll begin our journey looking into the night sky, where thousands of years ago, civilizations created what we call constellations. They were originally 48, but in 1922, they elected to have a total of 88. One of the amazing tools that we have can be as simple as a smartphone. There are many apps, and some are free, to help identify where constellations and other objects in the sky can be located. Thousands of years ago, the Babylonians used the zodiac constellations as a calendar as the Earth moved around the sun during the year. Of course, constellations are made up of stars, and this star is our sun. It is huge. You could put over 1,300,000 Earths into this star. Even though our star is huge to us, to other stars, it's not. Betelgeuse. Well, how big is Betelgeuse? You could put 1,600,000,000 of our suns into that star. To find Betelgeuse, going back to the constellations, finding Orion. It's the easiest one to find during the winter, as the 3 stars in the belt show up very easily. Even though Betelgeuse is really big, well, let's take a look at another one called Canis Majoris. It is so big that you could put 9,300,000,000 of our suns into this star. It is so big that if it was in our solar system, the planets of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and even Jupiter would be inside of this star. Finding Canis Majoris is easy if, again, you can find Orion. Looking down from Orion towards the brightest star in the night sky called Sirius, and look further down, there is Canis Majoris. It doesn't look very bright because it is so far away from us. We think of our solar system with just one star, but there are other systems with many stars, including ones with binary stars. This unusual one has the name of AB and. It's about 400 light years from here. Well, a light year, it's a really long distance. Even if we could do 1,000,000 miles an hour to go 1 light year, it would take over 650 years. And we think sometimes we're, well, standing still. But we know that the Earth is going around the sun. But our sun, along with our solar system, is traveling around the galaxy at over 500,000 miles an hour. And our galaxy, traveling through space, is traveling over 1,300,000 miles an hour. Getting much closer to home, and looking at this, we kind of ask the question, well, what is this? It looks like a bunch of dust bits around a sphere. And what it really is all of the space satellites and junk around the Earth right now. And did you know there's a planet that's inhabited only by robots? It's the planet Mars. These are the 4 robots that are there right now, and hopefully, looking at the one on the right side, will be there next year. Another special item in space are called star clusters. In this case, we're going to look at the Pleiades. The Pleiades is an open cluster of stars, sometimes called the Seven Sisters. To find it, first we find Orion in this position, and then look to the right. You'll see a small smudge. Well, actually, it's the group of stars, again called the Pleiades. Let's take a ride out to the Pleiades, 400 light years from here. On the Earth, many things are named after things in space, from candy bars to cars to trucks to tools. Well, this is just one example. This is the Pleiades. And there was a gentleman in Japan that liked them so much, he named a car company after this group of stars. Well, it's called Subaru. So if you go up to a Subaru, you will see the star formation for the Pleiades. There are objects in space called nebula. Nebula, by definition, is large areas of gas and dust. Well, some examples of nebula are, this one is called the Crab Nebula. It's a supernova, a massive star that blew up thousands of years ago. The Eskimo and Ring Nebula are examples of planetary nebulas. This is when the outside shell of a star expands as the star gets really old. It is believed that our sun will become eventually a planetary nebula. The Orion Nebula, which has been studied a lot, is what they call a diffuse nebula, and it's where stars are not exploding but being made. They estimate that there are as many as 700 stars in this nebula being made. Space has been a mystery since the beginning of understanding. Much of it is due to equipment available. A very important astronomer, William Herschel, in 1785, drew an image of the Milky Way galaxy, considered the universe at that time. The one galaxy concept was believed true until in 1924, when Edwin Hubble, using the newest and largest in the world 100-inch Hooker telescope realized that what was called the Great Andromeda Nebula was actually a galaxy. Since that time, less than 100 years ago, our knowledge has gone from one galaxy, our Milky Way, to the observable universe containing as many as 200 billion galaxies, with many more believed to exist. It's amazing that our knowledge of space has dramatically changed in just a short time. Of course, we can't see the Milky Way galaxy because our solar system is inside, but this is a good example of what it looks like. It's estimated to have between 100 and 400 billion stars and about an amazing 100,000 light years in diameter. Then there is the Andromeda Galaxy. It's much larger than the Milky Way galaxy, with an estimated 1 trillion stars and a diameter of about 220,000 light years. And in all of the known universe, there is a monster galaxy called IC 1101. It has an estimated 100 trillion stars and it extends 2 million light years from its center. There are even galaxies joining other galaxies. In about 4,500,000,000 years, the Milky Way galaxy will collide with the Andromeda Galaxy. But between now and then, who knows? Maybe you will be the scientist who discovers the next amazing space object.